Hey, how's it going? I'm heading to a meeting and thought I'd just record some quick thoughts. I've seen quite a few pump and dumps and, crazy token activity in the almost 8 years that I've been in the space. And this past Sunday, I saw $35 million in volume on the FIO token. Now, this is unprecedented and shocking for all of us involved. And it was really discouraging and disappointing to see some people in the telegrams and stuff be like, oh yeah, the team is doing this. Absolutely we're not. And you can prove this all on chain, that this is not our tokens we didn't throw millions and millions of dollars buying a token and then selling it. This is not in our best interest. But what I wanted to focus on mainly is that last point, not in our best interest. There are projects that love volatility. They have a very short time scale as far as what they're trying to accomplish. Of course, they won't tell you this in their white paper or, in their team dialogues, but I've seen it again and again. If you've been in this space, you've seen it too. Thousands of projects that are all about extracting value as quickly as possible. I'm not saying that every failed project is a scam. It's not at all the case. But there's a lot of misallocation of funds. You can better believe it. And I've heard of people talking about projects where ultimately, their goal again was to make the early adopters rich and leave bags for others. And one of the things that we've talked about quite a bit with FIO protocol is this is a home run play. This is something that's going to either be worth nothing or worth a lot. And I'm not giving you financial advice or, giving any promises whatsoever about any future token value. I'm just telling you how the project was designed, even before I came on board as a consultant early on, that we're trying to create a usability solution for the entire crypto industry. And that's massive. I mean, if crypto mass adoption is inevitable, which I believe it is, because it's the best form of money ever invented, the best ledger ever invented, and we're going to have probably more than just one Bitcoin or two, Ethereum, or probably going to be at least dozens of different projects adding value to the world. Maybe not the thousands we have today, but at least dozens. Then you're going to need a usability solution for all these different public addresses, all these different formats, all these different experiences. And really that usability right now is what's holding back that mass adoption, in my opinion. Public addresses are confusing. There's no way to do decentralized payment requests, and you can't have any information about what the transactions are even for. It's just these big old hashes, and there's no metadata. Well, FIO solves all that. We're trying to create a usable solution in a decentralized, self-sovereign way with a FIO address, and it's live and integrated into over a dozen projects and wallets and exchanges and everything, and it's doing really well. It's only 9 months old, and we've got a lot of activity already. But the intention of this project is to be around for a long time. We're not just like, hey, let's extract some value and move on to the next thing, which so many projects in the crypto space apparently seem to be okay with. And from that framework, like, volatility is good and these crazy pumps are a good thing. And I just, I don't see it that way. I feel that ideally the fundamentals of the project and the value it's bringing to the world is supposed to correlate to the utility token that provides that value. And that's the plan with the FIO token. It's a utility token that you need to have to pay on-chain fees to register FIO addresses and FIO domains. And if you look at, millions and millions of people come into crypto and them all wanting a better user experience and paying a couple bucks a year for a FIO address, or getting their own custom domain, like I have Stokes, so I can have Lucat Stokes, and you start to see a valuable network that has real utility value. And in that type of environment, ideally, the way I see it, you want a token that slowly grows in value over time. And yes, those who get in early, like any other type of situation, are going to have, those who take risk in any investment and, are able to hold long term, obviously do better than those who come later and or who can't hold. So that's, unchanged in any type of investment. But this volatility, these pump and dump type situations, it just blows my mind, where some people are like, hey, cool price action, and other people are like, oh man, what a scam. Look how it's pumping and dumping. And so I guess my message is to those pump and dump groups that are profiting off of this activity. In my opinion, I think you're literally just stealing from people. You're getting people to come in on the FOMO you create, buy at a higher price, and then sell. And you're selling into, irrational exuberance, basically. And there are people that get hurt by that. Now, yes, granted, buyer beware. People have to make their own decisions, and they have to learn, how to properly make good investments, right? And if you're FOMOing into some token that just went up, 50% or 100% in a matter of hours, probably not a good idea, right? And I think most of us in the space know that because we learned the hard way, right? Because we probably, in our early days, lost some value playing stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? But I want to hopefully see our industry grow up a little bit. Hoping to see these type of activities end, essentially, or at least not be part of a project like FIO, right? You want to go create some pump and dump coin, and you want to go speculate it with price action volatility with your trader friends that are, moving tokens around every single minute of the day. Fine, go do that. But don't harm a project that actually is creating value in the world. That's my 2 cents. And that's my thoughts on this. The pump and dump groups are trying to manipulate people's perceived value of a project because they can manipulate with $35 million in volume the perceived value of the token. I don't think they're helping the industry. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. What are your thoughts? What do you think about crazy price action and these what appear to be pump and dump situations where people buy up the token at a crazy amount and then dump it on people who jump into the FOMO? What do you think? Good for the industry, bad for the industry? Let me know.